Indigenous territory. There has been no consent given, and that's not acceptable. So we will continue to stand for our rights, our inherent rights, our title to the land, whether the government recognizes it or not. We stand with Unist'ot'en. We understand what pipelines do. They destroy the environment, they poison the water, and foremost, they're violating Indigenous rights.
This is a lot of stress for those living at the camp. There are people from the west and downtown of Vancouver that are now living at this healing center, and they are dealing with addictions. They are trying to heal out there, and there is police violence. There are pipeline workers trying to gain access to this territory, and it's extremely stressful and something none of us here can really imagine, because we don't know what that's like to breathe that air and to drink that water unless you've been there. So I ask you to donate. Put your Christmas shit aside for a few years. You might have to in the future anyway, to defend this land, to keep that territory safe, because we're better off with this water being clean and this air being breathable. Thank you.
Woo! Well, I just want to contextualize. So we're here gathering because today in so-called British Columbia court, the injunction is being read, I believe, or on the 13th right now. And the irony is that it is International Human Rights Day. Really important day in Canada. We always know it, celebrate it, get it off. You know, it's a really big deal. So it's today, and how ironic that in a country that, you know, some people do want Canada to be better. Some people do want to live here in harmony. We're here today gathered with those people, and how ironic that Justin Trudeau would sense that and want to be really popular with us and take those pictures with Indigenous people and have the land recognized. When he first took office, you know, some people were getting kind of excited. Some people kind of believed it. Maybe someone was going to come through and do what they say. And sadly, here we are now realizing the lies and the savviness and the photo ops. But that's still a piece that means he is listening. He is listening to these people. He is listening to our actions. He wants to be considered something that's been created for tens and hundreds of years, that he wants to become a member of, right? He wants the tattoo. So we can continue to put that pressure on him, because at least he's someone who wants to be in the club. We can hold those people accountable. So many that he has all this money that he should be investing in Indigenous people, but instead he buys a pipeline.
Shame!
$6 billion pipeline, but he has no money for clean water here or abroad, or all of these people who are coming up. Refugee applications are too expensive, but he has money for a pipeline. They always do have money for a pipeline. Rallies are a thing, but I think it's really important that we push for legislation. You know, call your MPs, show up for these things, show up for communities. Show up every time that Indigenous people ask you to show up, like they're asking constantly, and you just need to be there. Like, it's not like there isn't a call. So I just ask you all to be present, to listen, to show up, to ask the people that you care about, how can I support you? To ask the migrants in your life, how can I support you? Hey, is applying for permanent residency super fucking tedious? How can I support you? Hey, is it actually super fucking expensive to get status here? How can I support you? Like, hey, even though you have status here, maybe Canada doesn't have your back because it doesn't give a fuck about you. I just want to reinforce something that somebody Romeo said a few weeks ago, that Canada doesn't give a fuck about Indigenous people or rights. That's true. Canada doesn't give a fuck about really any of us, except for, you know, these rich folks up in this really pretty building that they've coated with glass. They got fun little leaves on here because they're trying to protect the environment and preserve the heat.
It's actually real gold, too.
It's real gold. Oh, cool. Did you know, fun fact, that there's so much recycled gold in the world that we don't need to keep mining gold, and yet people are dying in gold mines all over the world, for gold mines all over the world? It's cute stuff. All right, that's it for me. My name is Yes. You can check us out at No One Is Illegal on Facebook, on Twitter. I hope to see you on Thursday. Thank you, everyone. Let's hear it for Yes again. Woo! I want to give some context that I've been on this corner many a time. Royal Bank of Canada was the #1 financer of tar sands way back. There was a campaign, I feel probably some of you were there. And in those days, RBC would have had all their people by now because they actually own this part of the property. They own the sidewalk according to the law, and they can evict whoever they want off of it at any given time. The fact that they're not out here is a good sign for me. To me, it says they don't want to get involved. They know there's a strong case here. So we were thinking we would maybe go inside, do some chanting. Anyone who wants to join us is welcome. If we're asked to leave, we will leave. So why don't we go inside and make sure TransCanada inside the Royal Bank of Canada's building knows we are here to honor the relationships we have started. We are here to hold these people accountable. We are here in a peaceful way.
Because industry falls on our doorstep, falls on our shoulders, and makes us sick and poisons us. You want to do something about climate change? Get behind Indigenous resistance.